So, the Senate of Pakistan is the upper house of the parliament. National Assembly is the lower house. And Senate is different from National Assembly in that its members are not directly elected by the public, but they're elected by the members of national and provincial assemblies. So, every 3 years, the Senate elections are to be held because almost half of the senators end their complete their 6 years term every 3 years. So the vacant seats have to be there up for grabs. So Senate elections are to be held every 3 years. So this particular election was important because it was the opposition had fielded its joint candidate. So if I were to explain the number of seats, there are total number of seats are 100 in the Senate, and the difference between National Assembly and Senate is that in the Senate, the number of each province has to have equal number of members. So each provincial assembly gets to elect 23 members. So and then there are 4 seats from Islamabad as well, the federal capital. And the idea is that the Senate has to have equal number of members, equal representation of all four provinces of the country, right? So now this particular election was important because one of the seats from Islamabad was also two seats were up for grab, and one of the Islamabad seat, there the opposition had fielded its joint candidate. Yusuf Raza Gilani, and that particular seat was a hotly contested one because it was being considered government versus opposition, and there were predictions as to who will win it, and some analysts also believe that if the opposition manages to win this particular seat, then it would be a vote of no confidence against Prime Minister Imran Khan. So, to our surprise, because people thought that the establishment would try to, back the government, because this is what people here believe, that the establishment is trying to save Imran Khan's government, and they are, trying to appear neutral here. But then there were reports that the establishment, some opposition leaders had in the recent past said that the opposition has turned neutral, which means that they're no longer supporting the Imran Khan government. So it was kind of interesting in that it would basically tell us whether the establishment has actually become neutral or whether they're trying to, appear neutral, or what exactly the case is. So it is also important to note that just a few weeks before this election, there was a by-election in Sialkot, in which the election commission actually accused, the government was accused of manipulation and rigging. Some polling officers went missing on the day of the election. There were reports of rigging, and the election commission had declared that by-election null and void. So the government already had, a big defeat just a few days before this election, and now this another defeat. So it is being now the Prime Minister has decided to seek a vote of confidence from the National Assembly. And now what we are, it is yet to be seen if we manage to do it, but it is certainly, the opposition's victory. And the Prime Minister, his ministers, they're all very, desperate. And it is kind of, people are also surprised because the opposition members who were previously accusing the establishment of meddling in political affairs, now they're saying that it has indeed become neutral.
Yeah, it is interesting though, because of course that is a vote that is not public. Now Imran Khan has called for a vote of confidence, which will then be an open vote. So it may be that he still hangs on.
Yeah, actually, it is important to note that this vote of confidence, the whole process, it is different from the Senate elections. In Senate election, you can go again, you can go against your party, no one will know. But in this case, going against the party means that you're, violating discipline, and it can also lead to your disqualification. So I personally think that he will be able to take this vote of confidence because, members cannot openly rebel against their parties. And also, I think, I personally think even if it is a wise move, I think that he shouldn't have, asked for a vote of confidence, because it might also, like, if in case he's not able to win it, it may be like some people around him, like the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, there are other people who are considered very, ambitious, and they want to replace Imran Khan. So it might also be, they might also be trying to, try their luck. And so I personally think that Imran Khan should have just, let it go. It just goes to show that he's taken it to heart, and this is being considered by the government a matter of ego for them, that
Yes,
they've lost
a
this
personal failure. So what does the public make of all of this in terms of the political class here? It seems very messy.
Yeah, so the public response is certainly, it is unprecedented how the public is finally speaking out about, the establishment's interference, the manipulation, rigging in the country. Rigging is nothing new in Pakistan. After every election, there are allegations of rigging, but this time, as I mentioned earlier in Sialkot, when there were reports of rigging, people actually foiled the attempts. The public, they foiled attempts to kidnap polling officers, and public was very angry about this whole manipulation. So this time it's different because thanks to the opposition alliance, people are now finally they're getting to know that how manipulation in an election is done. So now the government is certainly in hot water.
Yeah, indeed. Great to talk. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.